Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to do something that has been requested a couple times in a couple of my past videos, is to show my sinking fund balances. So I wanted to make sure that I had everything all together, that everything was correct, but also, since we're hitting mid-year, my sinking fund balances are kind of getting a little too chunky just to keep around in the house. So I do want to go ahead and deposit these into the bank. So I'll have this running total on my spreadsheet and in my planner. I'm going to show you guys the spreadsheet version today. Hope you don't mind. So I'm going to have this running total on my spreadsheet that corresponds to what I will have in the bank. So before I took these to the bank, I wanted to show you guys what my actual cash balances are in all 16 of my sinking funds. So if you want to see what my balances are as we hit mid-year, then go ahead and stay tuned. While I was setting this video up in my head, I was thinking of the best way to do it. So obviously you're going to see the way that I decided to do it, but I didn't want to confuse you guys or overwhelm you guys with a lot of information at once. So I'm just going to show you line by line what I have here on my spreadsheet, and at the end we'll do the whole big reveal. I'll also do like a couple key points where I think you guys may have questions about my spreadsheet so that you could recreate your own or better understand mine. So let's go ahead and get started. So my first category, as you can see here, is anniversary. Now I didn't start my spreadsheet, you'll notice, before this. So before, I was just keeping track by having it in my planner, and if all else failed, I will just go back to my videos to see what the activity was or what the balance was before that. But I didn't start keeping an actual spreadsheet until the end of April. So this starting balance column is what I've had from November when I first started this, well actually December 1st. So December 1st, 2018 all the way to November 30th, 2019. This is just one number here. I just hard keyed it in. So with anniversary, I started at $70. So you can see in the formula bar, I only added money one time in May. I added $30. And then over in June, I added money twice. I did $10 the first time and $20 the second time, for a total of $30 for the month. Now you don't see any subtraction because there was no money going out of this particular sinking fund at all. So my ending balance is $130. My second sinking fund category is back to school. And when I started this at the end of April, I did not have this particular category yet. So my starting balance was $0. In May, I put in $20 for paycheck 1, $20 for paycheck 2 for a total of $40. And then in June, this is where you'll see some activity. So the first paycheck I did 30, second paycheck I did 30. But then as you can see, it's a minus 60 is because I actually registered him for school and it was $60. So even though I put in 60, I actually ended up taking out exactly 60. So it looks like there was no activity in June because it netted together to be $0. So my ending balance is the $40. Next one is birthdays. So at the end of April, I started with $90 in this sinking fund. In May, I added $30 the first paycheck, $20 the second paycheck, but then I also subtracted $98 one time and then $6 another time. So what I like to do is, if I can remember, as you can see, I just added this today, but I went ahead and put in why there was any activity as far as money going out. And this, what is that, $104 that went out is for my boyfriend's birthday gifts. So I added the 50, but then I took out the 104, so that netted down to a negative $54 here in May. I added $0 the first time for the first paycheck in June, 10 for the second, so it only netted to $10, and my total balance remaining is $46 in birthdays. All right, sinking fund number 4, car tags and maintenance. I started with $170 in this account. At the end of April, in May, I was able to add the $120, the first paycheck, and that was because, remember, I got my my tax refund back. So I went ahead and put in everything that I'm going to need for my car tags in November. And then on the second paycheck, I added $20 for a total of $140. Nothing went out in May. In June, I went ahead and added $20 the first paycheck, $25 the second paycheck. Sorry, and then actually I had a $41 oil change on June 21st. So when we do the math there, it nets to $4. and my ending balance is $314 in car tags and maintenance. Summertime childcare. At the end of April, I had $400. In May, I added wrong account. I added $100 each paycheck in May, and that's kind of where the activity stopped. Elijah's last day of school was actually May 31st, so we made a nice clean break where I didn't have to save anything for summer school for any part of June. So as you can see here, didn't add anything, but then I had to take out $200. I'm using this particular sinking fund to supplement what I'm putting in from my regular paycheck for childcare. So since I was able to save up for about 4 months or so before summer school hit, I'm using this to kind of supplement what I'm putting in from my regular paycheck. So there'll be no activity for money going in, only money coming out for June, July, and part of August. So we have $200 coming out for June, and that leaves me with $400. All right, condo fund. Now this is something that is slowly but surely growing. I don't know. It's not for one particular thing for my condo or house or wherever I move to. It's just kind of like a general moving household furnish, I don't know, whatever fund. So we had $225 here. In May I put in $200 total. Oh, that was from the tax refund. Didn't put anything on the second half. In June I was able to put $35 first paycheck, $80 second paycheck, so that was a $115. Add all three of those together and we are at $540 in the condo fund. Eli Extra had a starting balance of $90. In May, we added $50 the first paycheck, $20 the second paycheck, but then we took out $5. I forget what that was actually for now that I think about it. Oh, field day. That's what that was. So let me go ahead and add that note right now. So if you're curious how I add the note is I just right click on the cell, go down here to hit comment, and I'll put in $5 and then do field day. So field day was at a school, and they had like a little, when they go outside and they play those games and get a t-shirt and everything like that. So that was only $5 in May. And then in June, I put in $10 first paycheck, $25 second paycheck, and then we had 3 transactions here for Elijah in June. So the $35 was, I have the notes here, I bought him a basketball and he bought his father a Father's Day card. He saw when we were checking out at Target, it was a Spider-Man one, and he wrote his own message inside or whatever, but I was like, this is coming out of your money. So he went ahead and did that. And then $4, he had a field trip in the summer program that he's in, and then the $17.28 was we went to Dick's Sporting Goods the other day, my old stomping grounds, if you saw my last video, and I bought him a soccer ball because he's interested. I want him to play, honestly guys, I want him to play baseball. I'm trying to get him into it, but he is not having it. He's like, I'll get a soccer ball, so we'll try again next summer. So date night, we had $75 in there. In May, how much did we add? We added $40 total in May. But then we took out $60 because we went to Cooper's Hawk. It was on me. I had a really good chicken dish too, and I'm low-key wanting to go back. But I know if I ask to go back or suggest that we go back, it's like, that's going to be some more money coming out of date night fund. So I had a really good chicken jardinera dish there. It was really good. So we had $60 coming out of there, and for a net total of negative $20 in May. In June, we added the $35, the $10 and the $25. Nothing went out, so we're left with $90 in date night. So furniture started off with $165 in there. In May is when I made that big contribution to the furniture category, the $500 from my tax refund, and then $35 on the second round of May. And then in June, we added nothing for the first paycheck and $25 for the second. And don't get on me yet, but I have not even gotten the dresser and the TV yet. I've just been super busy. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just go online. Sorry, I was cracking my knuckles. I think I'm going to go ahead and just go online to IKEA, have them deliver it. I don't know, y'all. I just can't seem to get out of the house lately. So we have $725 as the ending balance in furniture, which is, spoiler alert, my highest balance for any and all of my sinking funds. Gifts and Christmas started off with $110. I didn't think it was that high, but Yeah, it is. We started off with 110 in gifts and Christmas in May. Okay, so in May we added $20 from each paycheck, but then we took out $34. Don't know what that was for. I have to think about that. And then June, nothing happened except for money coming in. We did the 10 one paycheck, $5 another, and our balance is $131. Trucking right along. We're almost there, guys. Medical, dental, vision is my next sinking fund, and we started with $113. I haven't had to purchase any medicine, luckily, lately. I do need to get Elijah's glasses readjusted, but that should be free. But we got $20 that we added in May and $15 that we added in June, and we're up to $148 in medical, dental, and vision. Alrighty, vacation and travel. We started off with $240. In May, we added $75 for the first paycheck, $25 for the second, and then we had $150 going out, and that was for, let me edit this to put the $150. That was for my mom's, she went on a cruise, so I gave her some pocket money for that. And let's see. I added $55 from the first paycheck in June, $50 from the second, and we're up to $295 for vacation and travel. For ships, that's an easy one. We started off with $0 because I had just paid my mom for my part of the Amazon Prime membership. So each month it should get $22, $11 each pay period. And we didn't have any money going out of there. So our total is $44. Rainy day savings. You guys know I like to use this as my kind of catch-all if I have any, spare singles or money that I don't know where to put. I like to put it in rainy day savings for just that, a rainy day. So we started off with $93 at the end of April. I added a net total of $35. So we had $36 from the first paycheck, $14 from the second paycheck, and then I had to take out $15. And as you can see here, my note, $15 was for my administrative assistant day gift. We went in as a group and purchased stuff at work for administrative assistants day. So my cut was $15. And then in June, we didn't have anything going out, but we did contribute a total of $89. So our total balance in rainy day is $217. That was it for my actual cash, my physical cash envelopes, right? But I do have two more. I have Eli Savings. Here, as you can see, we started off with $242.13 at the end of April. I do have a little note down here because I put an asterisk by it. The asterisk means that it's a digital/electronic savings account that I have with Capital One 360. You guys know that from watching my videos, I'm sure. So in May, we added $41.15 the first paycheck, $73.77 the second paycheck, and I also go ahead and add in the interest that I get for having the account. It's on a monthly basis, but it's really small. I know I need to look for a different account, but I'm not really in it for the interest. I'm in it for the long-term, savings and accountability aspect of it. So we got 27 cents in interest for May for a total of $115.19, and then in June the $61.51 is actually not complete because today is actually, as you can see, June 30th, and I won't know until like July 2nd or July 4th, one of those, as to what the interest will be for this month. So we have $35.81 from the first paycheck and $25.70. I'm just going to go ahead and call that $61.51, but it's going to be less than 30 cents interest, so not too much difference. I will go ahead and update it once my app does update. So we have a total of $418.83 sitting in Elijah Savings, which is a pretty good amount. You guys know that he's only 7 years old, so we're just going to be trucking right along, for the next 9 years or so. And then my final account, which has another asterisk by it because it is a Capital One 360 account that I just opened up, is for my new MacBook. I've had this MacBook since about 2015 or so, and I need an upgrade. I'm running out of space. The iCloud, that 50 gigs, I ate that up too quickly. So I want a new MacBook so that I can be able to edit videos faster. Basically, that's all I want it for. So I figured if I go ahead and put in $150 each month for the next 10 months, by next year, I will be able to have me a brand new MacBook. So I didn't start this until June, and you guys didn't see because I didn't do a video with my June, with my May, what's that called? Online income, but I was able to, contribute the $150 for my May and deposit it in June. So as you can see here, my balance is $150. Now this will earn the little bit of interest as well, so I'll go ahead and update that again once my interest hits like on the 2nd or the 4th of the month. So if we go ahead and do the grand reveal, you can see my totals are all brought down to the end. So my overall ending balance across all 16 of my sinking funds is $3,822.55. So I'm going to go through how I set this up so that my numbers kind of make sense to you guys so you can see where I'm going with this. So we can start in column B. Obviously, these were the amounts that were physically in my cash envelopes at the time that I counted it, which was at the end of April 2019. So I went through and I counted the physical cash and I just hard keyed the numbers. Like, okay, vacation and travel, bam, bam, bam. I had $240 and so on and so forth. Right, so then I just brought down my net total, which was $2,083.13, which is the total of all of these rows added up. So then in May, I did the same thing. This $1,284.19 is the net total. So after everything came in and everything came out, the bottom line was this number here. The number that's below it, net balance, is now what my total is across all of my sinking funds after this May activity. So the $3,367.32 is what my balance was at the end of May, and that is these two cells added together here. So the 2,083 plus the 1,284, we got the 33. So this row adds kind of like a snapshot as to where you are so you can see how you're growing. So in June, my net total was $455.23. Now it's much lower. You kind of want to analyze, right? It's much lower because in May I had the tax refund, right? So and then we added a lot of money to the furniture category, and we beefed it up, a little bit more across the categories for that. But then in June, of course, I didn't have the tax refund, and we had this $200 deduction for the childcare, which is going into paying his current childcare bill, if that makes sense. So my net total was $455.23. So when we kind of look at it across the board, we went from 2,083 up to 33.67. Now we're up to 38.22. Right, and so that's where we are for our ending balance column. This this cell here should match your other two over here. So this cell is just adding up all the numbers in this column. 38.22.55. Yep, that's correct. And our net balance is the same because we have no activity. Now I do have some hidden cells here, and that's just the months, the other months, July through December, but you can see nothing's happening because we haven't hit those yet. So I just like to hide those as I'm going. So that is my sinking fund spreadsheet. So I'm going to go ahead and deposit all of this up into the rainy day savings, which, as you can see down here, equals $3,253.72. I'm going to just pull the 72 cents out of nowhere. Y'all know how we like to do, but I want to get it down to the penny. I'm going to deposit that into my Chase. I'm going to go ahead and deposit this into my Chase savings account, and I'm going to keep this as reference and, of course, in my planner so that I know how much I have, to divvy up. The one thing is, I wish that Chase would let you kind of like divide it up like Capital One 360 does, but I don't want to open up all those, Capital One accounts. I wish that Chase would just let me have sub accounts within my account so I can see it, but, just through the app or whatever, but it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and make this deposit this week. The other two down here, Eli Savings and MacBook, they're already sitting electronically, in Capital One 360, and that total is $568.83. But obviously I'm not going to transfer it out of there just to transfer it to Chase. I'm going to leave it over there. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this made sense to you and that you like this format. If you did, go ahead and leave me a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can see more finance and budget videos for my personal life. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!